Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Mengi. I'm here with Leah, Tom, Josh, Jeff, Michelle, and together we are the Velkyn Weave. And we're here to play some Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm really glad you're all joining us tonight. If this is your first time watching the Games Tavern, hello, and thank you for tuning in. Please follow the Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free. It supports the show, the cast, and the crew. In addition to being on Twitch, our shows are uploaded to YouTube, typically 48 hours later, so you can catch up on all the shows you may have missed. Now, I have found my drink of the summer. It is watermelon agua fresca, which I will now enjoy while Tom starts us off on the announcements.
It's really Eric continuing to do the announcements through as he practices his ventriloquism. But remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the TGT Discord.
And we love our community for the continued support that you give to us. In light of the current controversy within the TTRPG community, that support means more now than ever before. We would like to remind new and returning tavern goers that you can support our cast and crew by using our Patreon by going to patreon.com/thegamestavern, all one word.
And a humongous thank you to D&D Beyond for being the sponsors of this show. You can go to dndbeyond.com to check them out yourselves for their whole list of different tools and assets that make running online so much simpler.
In fact, with D&D Beyond sponsorship, we are giving away a digital player's handbook. Type ! Epic once you see the notice in chat that the raffle is live. That's how you enter. Make sure that you are a follower to enter, and you must be present in chat for the staff to contact you for your winning book. We'll continue to take entries until the end of the stream when we pick a winner.
All right. Is that all we got? Those are some good ones, so we made them count. So that takes us to, let's get back into our game. I think that we will start off with recap. Again, it's going to be recap. Well, although actually we have a small addition. As you remember last time, I introduced my new questing rules. And so Delirious has a divine vision. And she has revealed, and Timora has revealed to her quests that will give XP. And if we look to Scene Setter 1, we will see the list of all the quests that I have noted. One of the ones that were not mentioned before was Lefty and Righty, which are the two daggers. You found one half of the daggers. Where is the other one? And the last one is a very special rock, which is Quentin's hireling has asked you to go find a very special geode about this big, will be iridescent in color on the outside. Please do not open it under any conditions. He will take care of that. And then he'll let you know if that is the special rock or if you'll have to bring him another one. It might take a few rocks.
The special rock.
They probably come in batches of 10, right? We can't give them to him unless we have 10 geodes. That's how these things work.
Hadn't thought about that, but we could. Anyway, congratulations to our favorite luck bringer, who is brings us news from on high. So, when last we left the Velkyn Weave, they were winning the approval of a ban of Sif Neblin by clearing out a troll hole that has suffused with the mysterious power of the Faerzress, which we have an image of, thanks to Leah. Thank you, Leah. That's Scene Setter 2. So, in my headcanon that we're running with, and because, I'm the DM, we get to run with my headcanon, Faerzress looks magical, iridescent color whenever you look at it through dark vision. Whereas whenever you look at it at normal light, it's just plain flat rock. So, the party has discovered a caverns. They're just suffused with this stuff. And this caverns that the trolls had been dwelling in was once an abandoned drow smithy that they used to forge their mysterious and dangerous weapons. Drow are gone, but the radiation remains, which means that you too, O Velkyn Weave, can use this cavern to enchant masterwork items or give magical items additional bonuses through and making them drow craft. If you're familiar from out of the abyss, it's mostly the same thing, but I'm making a few alterations. First, if you spend 30 downtime, and you know I love spending downtime, you can give an item of quality, which is either masterwork or magic, an additional +1 bonus.
Ooh.
This also causes the item to become susceptible to sunlight, just like the Drowcraft items. If the item is exposed to sunlight for more than 1 minute cumulatively for each day, and that's the change from out of the abyss rules, inevitable decay sets in, and the item loses the Faerzress enchantment within 1 hour. If you find someone skilled in manipulating Faerzress, Drow, you can give that item additional powers that are different from just the +1. We can make up all sorts of wonderful things.
Guys, I got it. +1 underwear. Don't have to wash it. Keeps you clean.
But does it require
Never
the
sees the
movement?
sunlight.
Oh man, if you ever get pantsed,
If you get pants, you have
They're
bigger
gone.
things to worry about.
Well, you have to be pantsed for a minute.
You have to,
I mean-
you have to wear pads to be pads.
That's a lot of magical radiation to be very close to a very important area.
It's fine. The growths are fine.
You already have a kid. What do you care?
Oh wow.
oh boy, we have Ganazi, Tieflings. Oh, the options are endless.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Anyway, also magical spells that create sunlight, dawn, also count as exposure to sunlight if you have these Drowcraft items. So I want to put this at your availability. You can get the +1 without any special expertise, and also if you leave it there for additional 30 days, it goes up to +2. Additional downtime after that, it goes up to a +3 if you drop a total of 90 downtime.
Wow.
But it's now susceptible to sunlight
It's
And that
basically
apply-
only usable.
In the Underdark.
in the Underdark.
Hmm.
This can apply to weapons, arrows, armor, shields.
Question.
Uh-oh.
Does the reflected sunlight of the moon do this?
No,
Okay.
it must be direct sunlight.
Okay.
Otherwise, my drow couldn't go. What was it?
No.
Frolic and
Just
hunt
checking.
and frolic across the ground whenever they come up.
I would never be able to leave the caves.
No. So you also discovered deep mysteries of the trolls. Some of these deep mysteries you did not want to discover. For example, that they reproduce by mitosis. You shove enough pig into a troll, and you get 2 trolls. Also, they worship a demon lord named Vaprak. Vaprak. And Faerzress has a weird, unsettling effect upon the trolls, but not other creatures that you've noticed, but mostly trolls, causing them to mutate and glom together to create super epic dire trolls. When you finally killed it, the other trolls were intent on eating the remains and become another super epic dire troll. But thanks to quick thinking by Quentin and some magical paint, you were able to destroy the remains of the dire troll, which broke the morale of the rain trolls, who then fled to get away from you and all of your fire. In their treasure, you found 1/2 of a set of magic daggers that were once owned by Tunnel Warden Fulwar Shadrock. The other has to be around here somewhere. You also met an Otyug who lived in the latrine cavern of the trolls, and you bribed it with their remains. Returned, it showed you the shinies hidden in its poop.
Oh.
Maybe you've made a friend if you want
Yeah,
to bring it
let's-
on as a hireling.
Let's never speak of this again.
No. No.
It's actually the poop
I mean, it's not a
monsters.
bad idea.
The poop monster's not nearly as bad as the trolls mitosis scene. I'm just gonna say that.
No.
Apples and oranges, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm
And they were-
with Michelle on this.
There had 2 last areas in this cavern to explore. One of them is a long hallway that has skulls all over it that you believe led to a troglodyte warren. You've not explored it. However, it is not part of your actual quest line, because Schnella, the representative of the Seraph Neblin, tells you she doesn't care about troglodytes. They can handle them. They couldn't do anything about the trolls. So, optional. The other one is you found a shrine to Vaprak the Destroyer. There was all these treasures mounded up in front of a carving of Vaprak himself, who was throwing what originally you thought were little gnomes into its mouth, but now that you've learned some truth about him, you think it might be the symbols of little trolls being little poppers, right? Jalapeno poppers going down the throat.
Oh.
And I believe you graffitied it a little bit too, Quentin.
I did stink lines and
On brand.
And you were able to decipher the paintings that they painted in dried blood on the walls around it, showing that Vaprak was a demon lord who liked his trolls cooked and digested, which is the only reasons why they're affected by fire and acid. Otherwise, he kicks them back into the world to come back cooked. And that's why trolls regenerate.
Yeah.
It's a good mythos story. I like it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So what would you all
That's
like
what
to
I would
do?
use.
You have Shrine, you have Troglodyte Tunnel, or you can head on back with Schnella to meet with the other gnomes.
Quentin would like to scoop up that treasure pile.
Yeah, didn't we have a plan of attack, so to speak, on that?
Well, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, I can summon something else to loot it for us if you're worried about hallowed ground or whatever it may be.
Ooh, and you should be worried because there's a threat carved under the wall. It read in giant, "This my stuff. Touch not my stuff,
Right.
or I take your stuff."
That's why Rangram just keeps walking. La 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 la. They do what they want.
Your magic item, your detect magic that you had, by the way, Bo. That reminds me. First level spell, I'll take 3 level points of psychic damage from trying to do this in the Faerzress zone. That's a little bit of blood drips out.
This magic radiation stuff is bogus.
1, 2. You can see 1, 2 gleamies, plus a scroll case that is also gleaming, sticking out underneath onto the mounds of money. Seems to be made out of sturdy iron.
But Quentin, you've got a magical hand, don't you?
I do, and I'm pondering the treasure pile here. Could I get a? Could I roll something to get an estimate of how much money is there?
Okay,
Praise
let's go
used to be
with
a
an
skill.
intelligence check, or let's go with
Investigation.
investigation.
Okay, D&D Beyond. I summoned the only an 11. An 11.
Well, unfortunately, they threw these 2 mangy wolf pelts on top, and it's really obscuring the view of a lot of it. You think you might get 10 gold pieces from somebody who doesn't know better. The silver fox skin next to it is worth quite a bit. Then there are, you would guesstimate 4,000 coins here, about half of it being gold.
Okay.
But there is platinum, but you see some silver, some electrum. And that's the shinies that Mope saw are buried deep under the coins, except for the scroll case that is kind of jutting out.
I kind of share my musings, talking aloud. There's at least 2,000 gold in there, maybe up to 4, depending on the coins. And I kind of crack my knuckles and then crack the invisible hand's knuckles. And I'm going to start rifling through the pile with the telekinetic hand.
Well, you know what? You can have whatever's in there. I don't want any part of it.
You're just moving it?
Yeah, I'm just moving around to get a better line of sight on those gleamies in there.
All right. You kick it around, you pull off the mangy wolf pelt, which doesn't weigh that much. You slide the floor. And underneath of it, you can see there is a mother of pearl inlaid silver casket. About yay big. So it has a little latch on it. It'll also flip up and looks quite valuable. You guesstimate about a quick glance, several hundred gold pieces each. Several hundred gold pieces for the casket. Keep going through. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Make me another investigation check as you go through.
That is a 15.
You come across this little model of a house. It's like a cottage. And that's one of the things that gleams in Vope's eyes.
That one.
And take another 3 points of psychic damage.
Ooh, me?
Yeah, you. Every time you get detect magic, you get 3 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
Let me know when you want to stop concentrating.
Yeah, you're only at like 12 or 15 damage right now.
Good thing I had that aid. Okay, I'll stop concentrating.
Well, would you like some healing? I still have the ability to do that for you if you'd like.
Well, maybe let's wait and see if this shrine kills me first, and then I'll take some healing.
All right. Keep digging.
Okay.
Kind of set that off to the side.
All right, make me another investigation check.
I can't remember. That is a 16.
16. You come across two different things this time. A pair of fine platinum bracelets set with aquamarines and turquoises, which gold dollar signs appear in your eyes like a cartoon whenever you see it. I think that would be multiple thousand gold pieces because they're like big, thick dwarven design bracers, so you know they're like that big. And giant pieces of aquamarine and turquoise set into it. But they're not the magical thing. The magical thing is a small, slightly curved dagger of gnomish design.
Ooh,
Smile. Yeah. Okay.
well done.
Does it look like it's partner in crime?
It does.
Does anyone see Vaprak around here? I don't see him around here.
Hmm.
And people don't have to be here for you to still catch their ire.
People, demons,
True.
Gods.
gods.
All right. I lay down my portable hole and I go rifling through it for the scroll of non-detection, and I hand it to Bope. Bope, could you cast this on me?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I like the feeling. Calm, serene.
I take a few steps back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm outie.
Actually, do you have a big hand or something? I'm going to lay the hole down. You can just push everything into it. I'm going to pluck off the little casket in the model of the house, though.
I have a little hand. Can that help?
Screw it. Okay, I put the portable hole down and I start pushing stuff into it.
Use
I'll
my mage hand to help.
yeah, pull the pearl casket away and the little model of the house in case something wonky happens with them.
Can I
All
grab
right, so
your
you
scroll
threw the
case?
portable hole in the floor,
Yeah.
and you're now using your hand after you have non-detection cast on you.
Yep.
You're using that to shove all the gold into the hole.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to take a while. Your hand holds like 5 pounds of force.
It's 10 pounds, but I
10
think
pounds
it's
of
more
force?
if you drag it.
Usually is.
Anyone want to take a short rest?
I'm gonna ritually cast Unseen Servant.
Thanks, pal.
He can give a hand.
All right. You cast Unseen Servant, and you still have the Unseen Servant start pushing that into the portable hole as well.
Mhm.
All right. As you do so, a form starts emerging from the rock face.
Oh shoot!
And as it comes out, it looks like our good friend on creature number 3.
I think I'm not there.
It appears to be a glowing blue troll.
Oh god.
Do you speak giant, Bope? It says something incomprehensible to you.
Yeah. I take another few steps back.
All right. And it comes, takes a few more steps towards you.
Ragrim!
Yeah.
Ragrim! Together.
Hold on, I'm overseeing this. I grasp my holy medallion and I turn undead in case this is a ghost. Please.
All right. Do I get to make a will save versus this when you turn into my ghost
it's
troll?
a DC 17 wisdom save.
Okay. Woohoo! I rolled a 19,
God damn it.
but I have a -1, which makes it an 18.
Damn it. We'll never know if it's actually undead.
And it comes with that attack. It then starts running right at Bope.
Oh,
Kindly roll initiative real quick.
Running away.
all of us or just Bope?
All of you, unless you don't want to get involved.
Okay.
12.
I mean, once we hear the ruckus, we'll come running, but that's going to be a minute.
We'll be doing this
Nine.
all theater of the mind, by the way.
I'm sure
Nine.
as soon as Bope yells Stigander's name, she'll haul ass.
All right. I heard a 9 from Quentin, a 12 from Bope.
Mm-hmm.
26 from Stigander.
Rangram,
22.
Deliris,
9
and me.
with advantage.
Wow.
Aztec cleric in the west.
Alrighty. Stagander, we'll start with you, my friend.
Yeah, so I'm going to shoot a bunch of arrows at it and pray to Shanda Cool that this doesn't go horribly wrong.
You shall not pass.
27 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Fortunately, my thing is gone. So that is 17 points of piercing damage. I do have a magical bow. I think
Okay.
that means something for ghosty people.
It does. It means it does not have immunity to your attacks.
Huzzah!
It has
Um,
resistance.
Oh,
That's
dear.
a 31 to hit. The second
That will
one.
also hit.
That is going to be another 17 points of piercing damage. And my last attack is a 15 to hit.
Okay. 15 will miss.
All right, so I get another chance at that. That is a 29 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, that is gonna be 13 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty. Arrows just kind of tear through it ever so slightly. They don't get lodged into it. Like each of the arrows breaks against the wall behind you as it goes through it and tears off little bits of ectoplasm and demonic heat.
Residue.
Anything else, Staganda?
Nope, that is all I can do.
Ingram, do you want to get involved in this or leave Bope to his well-deserved rewards?
No. We heard him yell out, so
Oh, okay.
we'll start.
I was hoping you'd reach.
Unlike Stigander, I can't quite attack from this far out, so I've got to spend my entire turn running it.
All
I
right,
told you so.
You were right. You were right.
That's it.
Oh.
Alrighty. In that case, its turn.
Oh.
It reaches out and grabs a claws at Bope.
No!
No.
Does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
Its claws just go right through you. Doesn't actually claw you, but the pain is so real. I need you to take 14 points of psychic damage,
Oh.
and then I need you to make a strength check.
Oh no.
Sorry, strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
That is a 10.
As it reaches through, it grabs and it rips your cap of water breathing right off your head. And then it opens its mouth and crams your cap into its mouth, and you watch as it floats down its esophagus and then just kind of floats inside of its belly. And Ragrum, you hear it say, "I take," in giant.
It's so poetic. I love it.
Oh, it's your turn.
I would like to cast Slow on it. If it can
Okay.
make a Wisdom save DC 17.
Once again, I rolled a 19.
Oh no!
And I'm going to get my die cam.
I mean,
up
it's to make up for all those ones that he was rolling.
No, that's just insulting. We believe you.
19,
die
was it
cam
a wisdom save
Yeah.
or dexterity save?
Yes.
But with slow wisdom or
Wisdom.
dex?
Wisdom.
18.
Yeah.
Its magic, its connection to Vapak Destroyer seems to slough the magic off of it.
I'm going to keep running. Run away!
Oh no!
Are you running away?
I'm running
It's
away!
within range.
Yes.
It can grab a boat.
I know.
Well, you can. No.
Okay, it reaches out and attacks boat for a 25 armor class,
Oh,
doing another 14 points of psychic damage as
I'm down.
it doesn't actually break
If it looks like Bope is about to go down, if it gets hit, I will reaction a runic shield up to make him reroll that attack.
Should I reroll?
That could help.
All right. The rune pops up and interferes with stability, and I go down to a 14 on my attack roll.
That does not hit. Whew. Oh, thank you, Ray Group. And I scamper 25 feet.
All righty.
On both.
Delirious.
The rage of Timora burns you. Give me a dex save.
Dang, Diana's on fire. Nat 20.
Oh my god.
I'm glad it was not an attack roll.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
What
fine.
is this?
It's the divine wrath of Vaprak the
Yeah.
Destroyer.
GM
It's in the
did-
name.
The GM did not forget to
100
give chocolate to the dice god.
100%. This is called karma.
Yes, it is.
The thing
yeah.
said, "Don't take
Nobody
my
likes.
stuff."
Nobody likes. I told you so, Rangrim. Just save us already.
I want to see
Just
this.
saying.
Ragrim's write up of this museum exhibition. Karma, the exhibit.
Karma.
All
All
Bitch.
right. Anything else, Delirious?
I'm gonna stick close to Bo in case I need to heal him again. Earl.
10.
I am grabbing my portable hole and pulling it up so that it does not get vapracked. And then I will use my... is it within range? Is it threatening me?
Yes. Let's go
Okay.
with that.
I will use my bonus cunning action to disengage and move back 30 feet.
All right. All right. Top of the rounds to Gander.
I guess I'm gonna run forward and fire as many arrows as I can. Pew pew pew. That's what I
Oh.
do.
I didn't take the right type of damage last round. It heals,
God.
knitting back together some of those bits that you shot out of it.
I don't like that. That makes me angry.
Yeah.
And I don't have any more fire arrows left.
Uh-oh.
It's a 23 to hit.
Yes, it hits.
14 points of piercing damage.
A
Oh.
little bit rips
Oh.
away.
Will a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
That is your magic number. Ding, 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 ding.
Right on. Poop. 11 points of piercing damage. And I'm gonna haul ass towards Boat
All right, Rangram.
and hopefully pick him up is the goal.
Let's see. Well, this is going to be one of those of the ghost in the object. So this is the flying hammer drop attack.
All right, what are you doing to me?
Just running at it and hitting it with the hammer.
All right.
It would look way cooler than just saying I ran up to it and hit with my hammer. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
run
okay.
Up. You
It's a
get-
really
I'm
nice-
down. Hammer attack. Ugh. Give me a description.
It's like one of those where you like run up the side of the wall and then jump off of it and then hit it upside the head because it's really tall. I don't know.
I love it.
Yes.
It is fairly tall. It is a large-sized spirit troll.
Well, in that case, I will get large myself
Boom, 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 boom.
as in midair,
Oh man,
getting a 21 to hit.
that will hit. As you come down and little radiator spider cracks in the floor underneath you where you land.
4. Ugh. I did some poo-poo damage. That somewhat made up for it. 25 damage.
Your mighty blow crashes into it and doesn't do as much damage as you'd like. It seems to have resistance to your even your magical mundane damage as parts of it rip away from your ectoplasm goes flying.
Yep. 17 on the second attack
Hits.
for 23 more. And the final follow through. Ooh, nat 20.
Nice.
So that'll be all of this. It's pretty solid. 34. That completes my turn.
Alrighty. The troll looks very beaten up. At its turn, at the top of its turn, you watch as the cap just kind of disintegrates.
Oh, shit.
Go ahead and scratch that off your character sheet.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh.
And then it looks over at Quentin right away with his bag of goodies and flies after you. What can be done about that, Rangram? It's going after Quentin.
Attack of opportunity?
Sure.
Okay. Only a 12.
That will miss. And it flies super fast at speed of 60 and gets close to Quentin and goes, yeah. And Rangram understands it, says, take. And it slashes at you. Oh, and I rolled a 5, which becomes a 12. Unfortunately, he has 2 attacks, and it claws with the other one. And I rolled a 6, which becomes a 13. Will also miss. And of its frustration, it just reaches down and bites you. And I rolled a 7, which brings me up to a 14.
You're getting there. You're
I'm
getting
getting
there.
there. I need about 4 more rounds, and we'll be there. Oh, and it heals. And that brings us to Bo.
Oh, man. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay. And I will turn around and cast. I will shuffle away another 25 feet and then take out my little crystal acorn and wreath it in fire and then shoot a chromatic orb at level 4 at the beast. Yes, that will work. Surely. Okay. Well, yes, that is a 26 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
How many is it at level 4? Let's see. Okay, 68. All right.
Do it, Bo.
Okay. Well, at least get us. That's that's okay. All right, so that's 10. 27 points of fire damage.
Okay. Kaboom! It goes up and then collapses to the ground.
Whew. Oh dear. Did I do it? Is it gone?
In there, just moldering ectoplasm on fire.
Seems like it's dead. Or dissipated, at least.
I'm going to have. Oh, are we still in? I think bonus action. I can command my mage hand, which I think had the scroll case, to just keep coming.
Alrighty. Glarus, followed by Quentin.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't. Do I have anything that actually is good against undead? Because it might be. You said ectoplasmic, so.
Does not look all that corporeal, is what he's saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I get that. I don't. You can't like offensively cast healing spells to harm undead, can you? That's not a
No,
thing
that was
anymore.
third edition.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
and
Well,
resisted
I
your
mean,
turn.
This isn't Final Fantasy.
the rage time more burns you? Question mark.
Is that radiant?
That's a dex save. Yeah, it does radiant
No,
damage.
I automatically failed those. I'm unconscious.
Oh, sweet. So you
Ooh.
can take radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
If I can, there we go. Roll that bean footage. Ooh, that's a good roll. 17 radiant damage.
17. And it continues to sit there and now is steaming of fire and radiance.
Oh, dear.
That's
What do you
all I
want
got.
from us?
Do we leave? Are we supposed to leave now?
Probably you got to do some fire damage to it, but I don't have that capability.
I already did.
Oh, well then.
Do more.
Can I do like an Arcana check to try and determine its weakness, or medicine?
Go for the eyes.
It has no
Um,
eyes.
Make me an Arcana check.
Doesn't have any
All right.
vulnerable spots.
12.
Well, it has taken radiant and fire damage, and neither one seems to kill it.
Oh.
Okay. Was that my full
Acid?
action, or
I'll give it to you as
Sure.
a bonus.
well, let's just make it my full action, and I'll drop my hex as a bonus action on it.
All
And
right.
I'll do it
there's no hex.
against athletics, in case it
All
comes
right.
up later. And I will move back 50 from it.
Stagander.
I'm gonna run between it and boat, or run towards boat. With
You're easily with boat.
all right,
There's a boat brigade now.
we
Oh,
should leave,
I'm on the
right?
boat.
That's how this works. We
Yes.
should leave.
I think so.
You've wakened the ghost. It will follow you forever.
Oh, do
Gregor's
I,
right.
This is like a King Tut's tomb situation.
so it took something from boat, which means it's just trying to get something from Quentin. So we're going to take the boat, and I'm gonna pick up boat, and I'm gonna dash the other way.
Your problem, Quentin.
It didn't die to fire. It didn't die to radiance. It's not dying to my arrows.
What's left?
What's
What
left?
about acid?
Ingram, what would you like to
I mean,
do?
I would try acid, but again, I don't
have any of
that
that.
capability.
I mean,
because
since
of
it's
the
already,
Minecraft.
it was what, 60 feet away, or how far away did it go?
I think Quentin just moved 30 feet the first time.
Yeah. Let me check if I have any acid.
So he's 30 feet away.
Yeah, so it'll take me 2 move actions to get there. And then I just want to stomp.
All right. Its turn. It heals. Returning from 0 to 10 hit points because it didn't. And its eyes goes and looks over at Quentin. Take. And hops up and is going to fly after him.
Ah,
And let's see. Do I want to disengage? Yes, I do. It disengages, so it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, and it flies 15 feet, putting it up. Well, I can't really get away from it that easily. How long do I want to drive? Anyway, We'll just do that one. It's not the smartest of vengeance troll spirits. So it moves 15 feet towards Quentin.
15 or 50?
Oh, sorry. I move at 60. I had to use half of my movement to stand up. So it moves 30 feet towards Quentin. Oh.
What do we think? Necrotic or acid?
I can't imagine necrotic being it because it's undead, but
Probably try acid.
that just doesn't sound right.
The legend on the wall.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, let's do a second level chromatic orb. And I'm going to use my inspiration because I really need this to hit. Those are both not great, but I have +9, so 18.
Oh, I forgot about that. All right. You hit.
All right. Let's get me some. Okay, lots of high numbers. 23. It's almost as points of acid damage. It's like the same amount as my 4th level chromatic.
All right. It has resistance to acid. I should have mentioned it also has resistance to fire, but it would have put me down anyway. And it drops it to 0, and it falls to the ground again.
Uh-oh.
But we stay in initiative.
What's
Quentin,
left?
just give him something.
You did light, fire, acid. Shit, maybe we do have to do necrotic. I don't know.
Possibly cold, right? Okay.
Lyris, what's up? Your turn, followed by Quentin.
Oh shit. Bope, you took damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Bleeding out my ears.
How much are you down?
I'm at 1/3, which doesn't mean a whole lot.
Okay.
That might help.
Tamora grants you the strength to carry on the fight. 16 health back.
Okay. Ooh, that felt good. Thank you.
All right. Quentin.
Is anyone next to the troll right now?
No.
Okay. I will move up and hit it with a booming blade.
All right.
Does it hit automatically since it's down and unconscious, or?
You have advantage on the attack rolls, but all attacks are criticals.
Gotcha. Is 19 to hit? No,
That
sorry.
hits.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So that is. It acts as a critical, you said?
Mhm.
Plus 2d6. So infrequently critical.
Yeah.
6. Okay, so that is 9 magical piercing, 10 necrotic.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anything? Is it still a smoldering pile of?
It takes all the necrotic, weirdly. But it's still
Okay.
a smoldering pile.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot. It was booming blade, so some thunder applied.
Oh, I resisted thunder.
Oh, all right.
Man, you're getting right a treatise on evil, vengeful spirit trolls.
Yes, seriously. Well,
Write a book on it, send it to Candlekeep. Sages will want to know this. This is valuable information.
all right. So that is 9 thunder, and then if it moves, it's going to take some thunder damage too.
All right, it drops down to 4 thunder, and it's still at 0 hit points.
Okay. I will bonus action to dash and move back as far as I can.
How far is that?
Let's see. I moved up to it. I think it had moved.
It moved 30 feet towards you, and you had moved 50 feet
Yes.
away from it. So you
math.
moved 20. I should make you just say, I move,
Yeah.
and all moves are one move.
Okay.
So we don't get into the quibbling over 5 feet steps at some point.
Or like flying around. Use that.
Yeah.
Very
So you was
cinematic.
one move away from you. You moved up, and you have any more movement left after that 30 feet to get to it?
Yeah, I would have had 20, but I used my bonus action to double my move for the turn, since I didn't
Okay.
need to disengage.
So how far away are you from me right now?
Say 50.
Okay, 50. Okay. All right, that brings us to Stagander. Top of the round.
Are we agreeing that we're going to just try to pummel it?
I'm not sure. It just seems like
Pummeling
it's not
doesn't
going to
seem
give
to do
up.
any good.
He took my necrotic.
Well, I can't do a necrotic. I'm gonna heal Bo.
Hey,
All right. Rangrim, what would you like to do?
Taking my
Well, I
job.
will continue to run that way and intersperse it between myself and Quentin. Quentin, just give it something. Not everything can be killed.
Hush your mouth. Of course things can be killed. We're adventurers. We killed freaking Tiamat for all intents and purposes.
It's like, oh no, we've run into a swarm in 3rd edition and none of us have area effect spells. Run away!
I actually do.
Mm-hmm. We didn't when we ran into the swarm in 3rd edition. We just like, nope, that swarm Vance killed us. Let's all leave. Can't touch it. Anyway, Rangrim, you were running up and then interposing yourself or taking some swings?
Swings at the thing on the ground?
Yeah. All right, well, it heals at the start of its turn.
Yeah, I was like,
Ooh.
And this time it's frustrated that it didn't get to Quentin and it's ignoring you and going right after Quentin with its full movement, which provokes an opportunity attack.
aha. Aha, 22.
You hit.
That'll be 26.
All right, it has resistance to your weapon attack and powers through going after Quentin.
He takes 8 thunder damage when he moves
All
more
right,
than 5 feet.
which goes more down to half, so I still
Roger.
have 3 hit points. And gets at you. Armor class 20 with its claw.
21 with the shield. Tiamat's
All right. Armor class 22 with its other claw.
I will use a spell slot to shield.
It gets frustrated and bites at you again. And ooh, 24.
26 AC currently.
Okay, it is biting furiously, trying to get to Quentin. All right, and that brings us to Bo.
oh, okay. Doesn't seem to be going for me anymore. I guess
It seems to have completely lost interest in you.
have satiated it. Let's try. Well, at least while we figure things out, let's just use the old chilling hand, and I'm going to use the chill touch because that'll at least prevent it healing while we figure this out.
All right.
Yep, that is a 19. No,
That
21.
hits.
21 to hit, and
That will drop me down to 0 hit points, regardless what you roll.
okay.
What type of damage is that?
As
Cold damage?
necrotic.
Necrotic.
Unfortunately.
That all
I'd love
goes
to try
through.
cold. But it cannot regenerate hit points until the end.
It
of
will
my
regenerate. It cannot regain hit points.
Right.
Because if I don't regenerate, I die. So I have to have the regeneration going. But the necrotic goes off. Bam! It drops again. Delirious. Unless you have anything else, Pope.
Nope.
All right, Delirious.
Uh,
Combat or is this a puzzle?
yeah.
I feel like most of us have figured out what the puzzle answer is. It's just one of us is being incredibly frustrating.
Oh, there's multiple answers.
Yeah, I feel like there is a right kind of damage to do.
Psychic.
Well, I can't do that.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Jeff, you're still injured.
I'm sorry, I needed to do something.
14 health.
All right, Quentin.
The first thing I will do will be try to drive a mind sliver into it. That is a cantrip, courtesy of Arcane Trickster, Intelligence DC 16 saving throw.
And what does this do? I'm not terribly smart.
It does 3d6 psychic, and if it possibly gives it like minus 1d4 on a future saving throw, but it's mainly psychic damage.
Okay, roll your damage.
That is 8 psychic damage, and then its next saving throw is minus 1d4.
You drive the mind spike into and just watch as the energy just courses through the entire thing and just vaporizes on the spot.
Ooh, you did it.
Mine.
Well, Grim, Mr. Gander, I'm sorry. You were right. And
It
I
happens.
leave the rest of the treasure. But I have that scroll case.
I'm going to give most of that victory to Randrim. I didn't care. He actually voiced his opinion.
With the destruction of the vengeance of Vaprak, do you want to go through the rest of the stuff, Quentin?
Yes.
The unseen
Alrighty.
servant continues to help you, which was its last command. So
You find those 2 mangy wolf pelts worth 10 gold each, silver fox skin worth 1,000, 940 silver, 800 electrum, 1,800 gold, 755 platinum, a mother of pearl inlaid silver casket worth 600 gold bases. That contains rings and baubles worth another 2,000 gold, a pair of those fine platinum bracelets worth 3,000 for the pair. That magic cottage, the little model cottage about that big, the +2 dagger of gnomish design, that's for the lefty. You also find 2 flasks of holy water and a sturdy iron scroll case that quells 4 different spells in it.
Holy water blessed by whom?
Mm.
I feel like that would be important to know. Like, how do I even know it's holy water and not like regular water?
Because it's minty fresh. It's not unholy water. Unholy water is brackish.
It's got a hint of Mentos.
I was like, wait, unholy water is menthol and holy water is minty.
Just because I can, I'm gonna like put on the platinum bracelets and bling myself up a little bit here, and I'll just dump the rest in the portable hole for now, except for the little model house.
Are these more chopped jewelry?
No, it's not.
Interesting.
It's a complete separate thing, all finely crafted.
Jewel crafting check?
What would you like to know? Like who made it?
Sure.
Okay, make me a jewel crafting check.
So I'm just assuming that it's just proficiency plus intellect.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Definitely of dwarven design.
Those are fancy.
Shield dwarf design to be exact.
Those aren't from down here. They're from up above.
Seems like a lot of people probably come through here before we go in deeper. Think your hammer's work is done for today, or would you like to swing away? And I gesture over to the words of Vaprak on the wall.
Considering what just happened, do you want somebody else to also defile this shrine?
I mean, it's not the first shrine I've defiled, but probably won't be my last.
Well,
It's a troll god shrine.
YOLO, I guess.
I suppose, given the insult that those dwarven items had to have been taken from someone, I might as well get involved at that point. Taking out my Steinhauen, or Hauen, and try to shatter the message.
All right. You pull out your hammer and you start hammering at the shrine, Vaprak. Kabam! Crash.
Well, not the whole
Apparently
shrine.
his
but-
vengeance was sated with because he sends no further intermediaries to punish you at this time. And
There.
you're able to wreck the shrine to your content.
There. Now I'm part of his book of grudges. You happy? Let's go.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was fun, says Schnella. Did you get everything you needed? You won't go through any of this anymore. Are you ready to head back? Carmenarian is ready to mate with you, I'm sure.
I'd
Yeah,
like to hear
let's
what she
get
has
out
to
of here
say.
and get some rest.
That's
Thank you.
quite enough for today.
Troglodytes, yeah.
I mean, if they're not bothering anyone, if she's not saying they're bothering anyone, then what do we really
Yeah.
need to?
Well, I mean, you said you could handle them, right? I mean, handle is different than bother.
Either way, I don't have many. I have like 2 spell slots left.
And honestly, I've had enough of this cavern for now. I'd like to take a rest.
Yes, that was enough for me.
Right. Well, whenever you're ready, we'll go back. Let me know.
I guess lead the way.
All right, come on, y'all. And I will send you a counting of all that treasure, by the way. However, I will leave out all the magic items until you have a short rest and have an opportunity to identify them.
Okay.
All right. Schnella leads you back to the rendezvous, which will take about 2 hours.
I don't suppose.
And our gloom stalker, could you please roll me 2d6? Let me know if you get a 1.
Oh, right.
Can do that.
So.
No, 6 and a 2.
6 and a 2. It is uneventful all the way back. You're out of the Faerzress, so everything kind of darkens and quiets back down again. And then you come back to that same cavern with all the flowstone where you first met the Surfneblin. And once again, the Surfneblin step out of the walls, or kind of like various rock features just unfold to become the deep gnomes.
I've got to learn that trick.
So, and they are led by our good friend Carmenarian, who we do have a picture of. She is creature 4 on her things. Well, I'm getting a big question mark on mine. So anyway, she's there. Welcome back. Well, Schnella, what happened? And they talk to each other in Gnomish really quickly. Both can follow it. She pretty much just reports everything that happens.
Without any of the sass that she was giving us?
I'm sorry?
Without any of the sass that,
None of the sass.
Commentary, none of that? Okay.
No, so you can tell she actually respects Carmenarian.
Oof. Nice.
Her name makes me think of carbonara.
Yes. Well, welcome back.
So we held up our end of the bargain.
We did. Come, I will show you a place where you can rest. Follow us, please.
Thank you.
And the gnomes start leading you deep down another, deeper in the caverns you were going, and then going off a branch to the left that you hadn't seen before. And where we just walked by without noticing the way they had it kind of constructed was concealed by another stone. And you are pretty soon find yourself going deeper. It's going to be another about hour walk from this point. And when you get to the goal, you have no random encounter checks on this route path, but there is a bit of treacherous footing where you have to hop over some places where there's deep gouges in the stone, but you're able to get across successfully without any problems. And then you come to the city maze.
City maze?
Oh, yes. Every Surfneblin town is protected by a maze, and you have to get into it, go through it in order to find the proper entrance into the Surfneblin city itself. And what you can kind of tell that you get to it because you start finding smaller passageways going off at different angles, all gnome size, so about 4 feet tall. So you medium people are going to have to scrunch down and wiggle to get through.
Oh no.
It's not the most It's not the worst thing we've done today.
Some
The
of us.
gnomes, as you walk, are fairly happy with you. You get the impression that their impression of you has changed greatly since last time you met.
Better.
In
Guess-
fact,
Guess word reached early.
well, no, this is the group that was with you, that was with Carmenera back in the cave being led. But to kind of give you an idea, if you want to go to Scene Setter 3, you can find my reputation chart.
Oh.
So when you first met them, you were at the distrusted level. You have, by completing the goal that they set to you, earned your way up to tolerated.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they're, this
It's
of
time,
course
it's
is the
time for
start.
that reputation grind.
Uh-huh. If you continue to do favors for the gnomes, you will find your reputation continuing to increase. This is all, I'm basing a lot of this on the old book. That one, Old North Arcana. They had all the reputations here for the preferences table for all the people that I've
Nice.
reconfigured for this.
Do we get an achievement if we get 999 exalted with the Snurf Neblin?
Maybe. You'll definitely get rewards. The more favors you do for them, the more things they'll do for you. You have gotten your way to tolerated, so they will give you a hiding spot
Yay.
and some wisdom. What did you want to do with those 2 daggers, by the way? Did you want to keep them, or did you want to return them to the Surf Neblin?
Probably should give it back to the Snurf Neblin.
Well, spend a short rest with them first to see if bringing them together unlocks anything.
And Schnella told us that if they were brought together, they could cut through anything. So
Does
the
that
legend
work?
says.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what she said the legend was.
Quick, cut through this concept.
That's
Well,
you know what
if
I
you're
meant.
going to wait to a short rest or even a long rest, they take you through their maze. And as I said, it's lots of twisting passages, lots of secret doors that they open and push open. And then the rock kind of just rolls back into place behind you. And deep into this maze, they show you to a hiding spot, which is a cavern that is a little bit larger than the others, where you can stand up comfortably. It's about 30 feet wide, 90 feet long, and kind of curved as it goes down. There is a chimney hole above for smoke and a fire pit right underneath of it, and a long shaft in the a hole that leads to a shaft in the corner for disposal of waste. The Surf Neblin will provide you with ewers of oil with a mineral tang. And they also provide cakes made from fungal flour. It's an acquired taste.
I ask, is Schnella with us?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a flower I haven't seen before. Is it hard to cultivate down here?
Not the least.
Oh.
This is grows like fungus.
Do you have any vegetables? And I take a wilting carrot out of my...
Hey, not like
Pocket.
that, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Well, that requires a lot of dirt. And we don't have a lot of dirt.
You're underground.
It's rock. The gas is a lot of organic stuff. This is all rock down here. We get dust. And the dirt is really precious.
Well, how do you bury your dead?
We don't. We intern them.
I mean, there could be a way to introduce organic matter.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I really hope you're
Soil.
not suggesting what I think you're suggesting.
No.
We're going to
Why-
name these bad boys Soylent Green next?
No.
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 All right. Well, with this opportunity, you can take a long rest here if you want,
I think that would
or you can take a
probably
short
be-
rest and whatever you'd like to do. But either way, this looks like a good place to take a quick break if you want to do that. And then we can adjudicate all the restful things when you get back. And the Surf Neblin will reveal their secrets.
The secrets.
Da da da.
Which secrets they will reveal will depend heavily on where those daggers end up.
They're entirely too secretive secrets.
All right, shall we meet back in 5 minutes, say?
Sure.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
All
just
right,
a reminder, we do have a giveaway tonight. So just type !epic in the Twitch chat to enter to win a player's bundle from D&D Beyond. Oh, and the raffle for the package will be drawn at the end of the stream when the winner is drawn and announced live. So stay tuned. See you guys in a few short minutes.
Come, company. At last. Come, show your face.
When I was born, they said that I would have the rage of 1,000 storms within me.
It's all right. I didn't like that brother very much anyway.
Just cannot get any worse than this, right?
Have you noticed? It never really gets light enough here. Sometimes the shadows are going the wrong way.
There's a loud psst sound as steam rushes from the vat, and the door slowly swings open. This vile ooze just pouring out as you can see this elongated human figure slowly extend and reach out. Its motionless eyes just now fixated on the group.
Okay, what the hell?
I'm done with this place. I need to go home.
I can't go home, but I also I don't want to stay here. 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 I don't want to stay here.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here for the second half of Velkyn Weave, where we're going to get to talk with the Surf Neblin. When we left off, the party had been shown into the city maze, where the Surf Neblin had a small little hidey hole for the players to use as a place to rest. They have worked all their way up to tolerated on my list of reputation. Hopefully they'll go further than that in time. I had a question for the party before we go. Do you want to take a short rest at this point or a long rest? And what are you doing during that time? The Surf Neblin will leave you alone until you're ready to talk.
I mean, I'm not going to say that we saw quite a lot of activity that is drained. I'm feeling quite tired.
It's been a while since we've done a long rest. Could definitely use one.
Yeah.
By a
Long
long
rest
while,
would not-
by a long while, it's like an hour since I teleported.
I think it's been
Well,
probably
there
a
was-
little bit more. We took like
A lot of
two
time.
short rests.
Investigate.
You had
Yeah.
you gathered in this town in the morning. You teleported down to the dwarven outpost, the dwarven outpost. Dug your hole around that, pushed in the door, walked down the passageway, walked about an hour or so before you met the Surf Neblin, and then a couple hours to go see the trolls, fighting the trolls, multiple rests there, 2 hours back to the Flowstone Cavern where you met the Surf Neblin, and then another couple hours over here to the Surf Neblin city maze.
You guys have been up for almost a day.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
It's
I've
time
been
for a
doing
long
everything-
rest.
A lot of
yeah.
combat.
I've been doing a lot of hour walks as opposed to 3 miles because in the Underdark, miles aren't necessarily the same. This could be a very quick mile, and then another one could be very slow mile. But it is time for a long rest.
Yes.
A long rest would not go unappreciated, I think.
You do get one piece of information that the Surf Neblins will share with you now: the name of their town, Crystal Sal. Kristal, Crystal Sal, Sal.
It's very pretty.
Mhm.
Thank you, says Stella. We grew it ourselves.
Do you have any neighboring villages? Or is it
Oh,
just
no.
you guys down here?
Oh no, just us.
Hmm.
We're only here for a while till we get found out. Then we got to move again.
Oh, so you're nomadic of a sort, or?
Well, involuntarily nomadic. Every time they figure out where we are, it's time to move.
They being whatever the terror of the night tends to
yes.
be, or? Okay.
The caves are dark and full of terrors.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Everything won't stay here down here.
That is truly unsettling.
Well, not everything, but most things. A lot of things. You know, we're ambulatory protein.
Except for the what were they called? The Rofi?
Oh, the Roth?
Rof?
Yeah.
If you want to
they're
eat
good
them,
eating. They're all friends.
everything
and the
really
peck.
wants to eat them.
Oh, yeah, they're really good. Good thing they reproduce like rats. They're kind of more giant rats than they are pigs. And the peck. The peck are good buddies. They'll recognize them. They're like gangly guys with giant eyes, and they like sing to the rock. And that's why all the undergrounds are connected. They can rock shape.
Ooh.
And for whatever reason, they just have this innate desire to walk around and make everything connect. They'll make bridges over chasms. They'll make tunnels through things. They'll connect caverns together. It's why the Underdark is the way it is, you know?
Interesting.
We think they worship, like, you know how they're the evil elementals? There's also the not so evil elementals.
The not so evil.
Good. I don't know if I want to go good. That's
Good
limited term
adjacent?
down here.
More-
Good
more-
adjacent.
Good
more like
adjacent?
Well, I would figure a elemental's natural state would be neutral.
There's a lot of shades of gray.
Sure, we'll go with that. Anyway, I'm bothering your sleep. My sorry.
No,
My bad.
Oh,
It's
good
okay.
good to unwind after a day like that.
Right. I gotta go do up a map for you. I'll be back later.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
And Schnella runs out before she goes. Oh, by the way, you push here to roll the rock back.
Ooh.
And she kind of clips it with her heel on her way out and
What?
roll. You have a rock that shuts off your little cavern you're in.
Like a
Sliding
door.
rock door.
Okay,
The
so
door.
she's just saying
Okay.
that she closed the door. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
a tomb.
Like
If
a
you get up there,
tomb.
Rangram looks at it and goes like, okay, it's just a counterweight. You just roll it to the side
Mhm.
and it clicks in place until you flip this rock and then rolls back. It's fairly simple. I mean, not decent dwarven stuff. Probably breaks all the time. Gnomes.
Well,
It is.
So what do you want to do? You got some time. What would you like to do? Do you want to do some identifications or just go get some sleep and get some
I'm gonna
stuff
sleep.
back?
Yeah.
Also, I
Yeah,
can't
hey.
identify things.
I can identify things, but to be honest, I'm a little worn out. Do you mind if we, sleep on it and in the morning take a look at some of those things?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
gonna
that's
be-
all right.
That's fine with us. Who are you asking?
Quentin, he has those really shiny looking daggers. I'm
That we
little-
ought to give back to the people to whom they are from.
Well, that's a
What
conversation
Dolira says.
we can have.
That you wanted to have nothing to do with because you wouldn't take from the troll god.
Yeah, but now that we have them,
They
Oh,
still
so
don't
easy
belong
to make
us.
the decisions
I-
now.
I think it's Quentin's choice.
I believe I said this before we ever found the second one.
They
If
belong in
you
a
will
museum?
recall.
I gave
All right,
my
what are we doing?
I gave my advice before.
Maybe I'll identify them now. It seems like we're all a little riled up. Let's figure out what we're looking at.
Where were they kept?
Or what?
Apparently,
The
Quentin
daggers.
has them.
Who?
They were kept in the what?
Apparently,
asking.
Quentin has them.
Did you push all the treasure into the portable hole? Is my question.
I had the scroll case. I had said the
Yes.
mage hand had.
I grabbed the little model of the house. Everything else probably got pushed in there, although the first dagger was recovered earlier. So
Okay. All right. You pull out your portable hole, and there's mounds of treasure in it.
Shall I identify it, Quentin? Do you mind?
sure.
What you want to start with?
The dagger.
Zzz.
This-
All right. It is. Are you doing the short rest or are you doing the full identify?
I'm doing the identify spell over 10 minutes.
Okay.
Stigander's going to take her boots off and find a corner to fall asleep in.
I like how you specified you were taking your boots off.
That's it. This boots are my pillow. She uses
The
boots.
daggers
Oh.
are. The daggers are +2. Oh, each of them. When brought together and wielded by the same at the same time, they give the additional property of they do double damage to earth elemental creatures and to objects.
Share that with anybody who's awake. Very
Nice,
sharp.
nice soft bedroll on this hard ground.
Mhm.
Is Rangram asleep?
Yes.
Snoring is correct.
Yeah, probably.
The Lears stay up for the identify or no?
No, she's got to sleep.
Okay.
I
What's
I
next,
need
Bo?
my spell slots.
Little model houseboat. Got enough juice for it?
No. Little wrinkled yawn. Say, okay, just one more. Just one more. No. Identify the house.
The house. The house has a command word called Krizik. Krizek.
Hmm.
Which commands this thing, which is, let me go find it. This item was created by a wizard by the name of Leomund. And this is his desirable residence. If you say the command word, it will become a life-size cottage, albeit a small one. 30 foot by 20 foot, has a nice little thatch roof, a stone chimney, little windows with the little hearts cut out and the shutters on either side. You can see flower boxes in there. And looking in with your dwarven gnomish eyes, you can see there's little tiny beds in there with little tiny tables and a little tiny fireplace that has a pot over top of it. And there's a little tiny welcome mat in front of it.
Is this cave big enough to activate it?
Barely.
Is the definition of cottagecore.
Mm-hmm. It kind of looks like something out of a Studio Ghibli film in there.
So cozy.
Do I get the sense that it would create an extra dimensional space, or would it just be a cottage in the space?
It would create a cottage in the space.
Okay.
And, however, you also realize it has the power of a bag of holding, and can hold up to 1,000 gold pieces, or 1,000 pounds in weight, and then still shrink down.
Oh.
Which is why I wanted to know where the house was.
Yeah.
Quentin was...
You were about ready to... I was really hoping to snag you on that. You didn't put it in the pit.
See, I was thinking it was going to be the casket.
Damn it. So close.
Big oof.
So yes, you have the desirable residence. Anything can be stored, up to 1,000 pounds can be stored in it. However, it can only be retrieved when it's full-sized.
That makes sense.
It can be used once per day. It lasts 8 hours and then shrinks back down to this size. It has the same temperature control inside as a secured shelter.
Cool.
Wow.
But it does not have the physical blocking thing like the shelter does. Anyone still inside the desirable residence, when the 8 hours expires, gets the boot. Gets the boot.
Yeah, that figures.
I mean, that's better than the squish.
Yeah.
Leomund's tiny house guest.
Itty bitty living space.
Why is it covered in blood?
Yeah, that's the way it's written in the original one, but I don't think I'm going to be that mean.
Oh.
Because that's the way old school DMs would try to kill you.
Ow.
Heavy sleepers need not apply. Okay.
Nice.
Do you want to activate it?
I don't think we should disturb the others.
Okay.
We'll surprise them. Yeah, we'll surprise them another time.
All right.
Okay.
Leomund's desirable residence. I'll send you the notes for that, as well as a list of all the treasure. Anything else?
Hey, I don't know what else is left, but I need a nap.
Your scroll case.
Oh, yes. Maybe one.
Well, this goes pretty quick. You open it up, and they're all prayers.
Oh.
Prayers to Saloon.
Oh.
Well, isn't that special?
So they're all clerical magic.
Cool. I will.
And the person that can read them is asleep.
Yep. Give that to the delirious in the morning.
All right. Anything else? Are you setting watches? Are you going to trust in the hidden safety of the Surf Niblin?
I take out Mr. Peppers and give him a spot on the rock next to me, and curl up, and fall soundly asleep.
All right.
All
right. That night, Rangram, your trust is rewarded. Please make me. You have a really weird dream.
Okay. I'm a
You
married
dream of a vast underwater sea.
Married dwarf.
And you see a great city of strange fluted architecture on the distance, rising up, water cascading down the side of it. And it's made of that weird fluted architecture like you saw with the aboleth under the lake. That same weird twisting, swirling, except this isn't just one cave, it's a whole city.
Oh boy.
Off in the distance, you see a stream of Kautoa, the little fishmen, running down into the dark waters in what appears to be a single file line, but it just continues and continues, and they disappear, submerging down into the waters.
Almost like an army going to war.
You remember this good old book? Kind of looks like that, with all of them, except they're going the other way, down into the waters.
Okay.
And that's when you hear a voice in your head.
Oh God.
It's a strange voice, like several creatures talking in unison, in perfect unison.
We are the Borg?
310821.
Shit. Paper. I imagine some paper in my head. That's how dreams work, right?
You look down and you have a piece of paper in your hand.
And a writing utensil. Carpenter's pencil.
You have ventured far. 310821. Report. Where are you?
The plane of existence? What's the name of the plane?
If you want the world, it is Abner Toril. You're on the continent of Faerun, and I almost went to Greyhawk there, and you're beneath the country of Am.
Wait, what was the name of the plane?
Prime Material.
Prime Material. On the Prime Material.
More specific, please.
Faerun?
More specific, please.
Somewhere under Other than that, I do not know. What's talking to me?
Although
It's just a voice.
It is a voice. He's just talking to you, and you look at it, and it goes like, and when you want to know who is this, almost as in reaction to that, you hear a voice saying, "This is Kavan, Acquisitions Manager," and you watch as 3 red glowing ovals appear in the ocean just below.
Leia?
What are you doing, Rangram? No, it doesn't say Rangram. What are you doing? 810821.
Wait, that's a different number.
810821.
I thought there was a 3 in there.
Yeah, I thought you said a 3 the first time.
Well, the number is 3100821.
3108. Okay, that's what I had. I am exploring.
What are you exploring for? 810821.
Lost Dwarven Kingdoms.
Have you found any 310821?
I have found elements of some, yes. I have not yet.
Have you found any god worshippers?
God worshippers.
Yes.
More specific, please.
Those who revere deities.
This entire plane mostly reveres deities.
Those who are granted prayers by the outsiders.
More than I can count.
You must bring them to us. They are needed.
Bring them where? Where's the drop-off?
The collection point is at the ruined Dwarven Citadel. And you can feel it kind of starting to root around in your memories. Yes, there it is. You have been there. Unless you'd like to resist it.
Ruined Dwarf Citadel?
The outpost, the sentry outpost, you have been there. The collection point.
Oh, that place. That is the collection point, it seems so not obscure. Obscure is not the right word. Mundane, I guess.
It is a collection point. Its appearance is unimportant. The raw material will be gathered at those locations and taken further below.
Ah, right, of course.
31021. Collect as many of the god worshippers as you can. Bring them to the collection point. We shall send a retrieval team to take possession of them.
Okay. So confused.
A great project. A great project is nearing completion. You shall be part of something miraculous by preventing miracles.
Okay. Still so confused. I nod dumbly.
Okay. After that, the dream seems to fade away into standard Rangram dreams. What are standard Rangram dreams like?
I was just thinking that.
Well, there'd be, roaring fires and rockish, but quiet time. Rockish times, quiet times, solitude.
This mysterious wife
Oh,
that
yeah.
no one's met.
She lives in Canada, but she totally exists.
Her name's Alberta.
Ow. Ow.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
I mean, I guess that's true. You haven't met her, or the boy, or the male, the son.
Boy.
Or what? I can't tell if boy is only for humans or if dwarves or other species could use boy.
Dwarves.
I would
call
say
it
everybody
boy.
can use it for when it's applicable.
Yeah, I would think so.
I have a question for you, Rangram. Through this connection, this dream, you're going to feel a compulsion to deliver any casters of divine magic to the collection point. Do you want to resist that compulsion?
I would sure like to.
Make me a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
So that's a 10. Did I fail?
You did.
Fortitude, because that's what it's or what is it?
Resilience?
Indomitable.
I think it's indomitable.
Indomitable.
Yeah. Indomitable.
I know
Hey!
you're not going to turn me in.
That's a 17 that time.
Okay, we're still cool.
Double
All
18.
right, you're able to resist the lure, but you fight it off and wake up with 10 points of psychic damage.
Ow.
Ooh.
And you did not gain. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oof.
You do not gain the benefits of a long rest, so you don't restore any hit points or
Son of a
regain anything
bitch.
that requires long rest. This is to see if you get a level of exhaustion.
24.
You do not gain a level of exhaustion. As Kavan, the acquisitions manager, tries to force you to acquire.
What the shit was that? Why do I have a headache?
Oh, dun, 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 dun.
That was the worst dream ever.
Oh crap! I forgot to cast Dream. Oops.
I feel exhausted.
What happened?
It sounded like one of those stupid things we fought earlier, trying to talk to me.
Those dark knock things.
How would you know what it sounds like? Because you had your home, you never listened to it.
Oh.
Just
good
saying.
Oh, you're right. I wouldn't have known.
Nope. If
That makes it
Rangrim
even
starts,
more. That makes it even weirder. That
if Rangrim starts talking, Stigander's gonna throw her boot. Cause sleep, damn it.
no, this is the morning. This is
More sleep. The Ranger needs more sleep.
that raises the question of. I guess.
Oh
I
wait,
guess-
I don't have to. Never mind.
I guess it did use dream. I guess. Wow, I wouldn't know that.
You're rambling, Rangram. What happened?
Yes.
That tell
wanted-
us.
It was like the Grimlocks talking to you. What?
No, I'm assuming. I don't know. So when we fought the thing before, I saw this like curvy architecture-y place, and I saw it again. And then this voice was talking to me, and it was calling me this number, and it was telling me that I needed to go and capture all the miracleists, the ones that talk to gods, clerics, for all
What?
intents and purposes.
Mir-
And
I hope you said no.
I was dreaming. I don't know what I said.
Wait, did you see
I hope
fluted?
you said no.
You said fluted pillars?
Something, yeah, some weird, very bendy architecture. It was definitely not dwarven or anything like that. But they said to drop them off at the place that we were. It was like, so I mean, I'm assuming that it's the same thing that was already happening with the previous clerics that we picked up there.
Yes.
I don't remember seeing anyone. I don't remember seeing anything there to pick them up with. Like it didn't seem indicative, but
And
I mean,
why
it's
were
a
they
hell of a
talking to you?
coincidence if they're not related.
and I have such a breaking headache from it. Ow, actually.
Do my dreams do that to people too? And I look to Delirious.
I don't remember feeling unrested
Yeah.
after your sham.
Yes. Good.
I have so many questions.
You have questions. I thought.
So, when we were fighting those mucus monsters, did anybody else see visions that sound like Rangrim's? Because I remember vaguely, I know it's been a couple of days, seeing some like fluted architecture in like underground.
I don't remember that. There's a lot of things I don't remember.
No, nobody's reached out to me.
It was specifically I remember we were fighting those mucus monsters and it hit me with one of its tentacles, and then I saw like a snap of a vision where I saw like architecture underground, like it felt like I was sinking under the ground, and then I saw like pillars and water.
Yeah.
It's all really
Yeah.
fuzzy right now.
Yeah.
Would it help if I tried to paint what you're describing or sketch it out for us?
I don't know.
I mean, I could probably recall it. So I just saw it. Can I
Let
actually-
me look at the notes that refer to the thing that happened ages ago.
Well, speaking of magic, divine casters, Delirious, here are some papers that they seem divine in origin. And thank you
Oh.
for the prayers.
Let's take a look.
Alrighty.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say one less. And Quentin, just because I have a bad feeling, and anything that gives me this big of a headache is gonna be a headache later. Put down in your book of grudges, Kaban. That was its name, or at least the name given. It said something about acquisitions manager.
Got it. Kaban acquisition manager. Okay.
We need to find it and put a spike through its skull, make it feel this.
scribble in my little notebook and then wrap the string around it, tuck it back into my pocket.
Alrighty. Looking at the scrolls, you have some time here to decipher them. They are all spell scrolls, Delirious. The first one is prayer.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is meld into stone.
Ooh.
The third one is cure wounds, scribed at 5th level.
Wow. I'll hold on to that.
And the last one is conjure animals.
Conjure animals.
Love that spell.
Okay.
And I'm giving you all the treasure.
Yay.
That way you don't have to write it down.
Cut
Cut and paste into the series.
Nice.
And they're all kept inside of a sturdy iron scroll case. And now you have probably a pretty good suspicion on where the holy water came from.
Cleric of Saloon.
A good guess.
Well, hopefully that will prove useful. Quentin, did you decide how you feel about those blades?
I mean, knowledge is power, right? Everyone else was asleep, but they were identified. Care to share?
Yes, they're very sharp. They cut through earth and objects very, very effectively. But we also have a Rengrim.
Indeed. Look, I don't have a problem giving him up, but I do have a problem with just giving up stuff without identifying it. I mean, we're out here.
That's fine.
You give things away too easily.
I wanted to give these back to the people from which they came.
And we have so much.
We have so little.
So little.
Yes, Brindle, taxes are due. Temples need to be built.
What does that matter?
We can easily deal with that.
What
does that matter?
Exactly. Brindle doesn't have to move every time there is a threat too large for it to actually deal with.
It's not like the gnomes are going to go sell these and then, move to a better community.
No,
what the gnomes do with it is their business and none of ours.
It could be helpful to them to relocate. It sounds like they're unfortunately probably prime candidate for food for a lot of the things that are under here. If half the things in this Underdark is the same for most of the other worlds I've been to. But they need them more than us. Brindle has us. They don't.
Sounds like we're going to arrive at the same destination, just by different paths.
I just throw them on the ground, listen to them clatter.
And clink, 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 clink. They're very well balanced.
I pick them up.
They fit really good in your hands, but they were made for gnomes. Perfectly balanced. You kind of got to stop doing the Loki flip every chance you can.
And I look to Stygander and Delirious and say, these will go back to their home.
Every other magic item that we find that was made by someone else, we're going to go find them and give it back to them as well.
You don't have to be dramatic.
If they're still around, maybe.
I turn to Quentin. No.
If they're still around and belong to a storied hero of the people who are currently around, then yeah.
I mean, how storied can they be if they're no longer in
agree
possession of
that
their items?
Each situation is going to be different, and that this is going to be a case-by-case basis, and we don't have to make broad generalizing strokes about our item return policy at this very moment.
Yeah.
It sounds like we already have, but
let's look at it this way, Quentin. Instead of seeing what they can do for you in combat, perhaps it's what they can do for you in the situation that we find ourselves now, and which is they might be worth a lot of capital.
I completely agree, and I probably would have given them back after identifying them. It's just the immediately, somebody made them, and we must give them to them.
Oh, no.
After
I'm not saying anything about the bracelet you're wearing. I mean, I'm not gonna. It is what it is. There is something to be gained by what you find.
Look, the title I carry, liege, that is more of a weight than anything. You don't know the pressures that I and my family are under. I mean, the war was not cheap, and Brindle owes a lot of money.
When will you stop using the war as an excuse? Every time we come up, every time we get into a disagreement, something about the war. It
Said
affects
we would never
everyone,
forget.
not just
People have forgotten.
Not just you. I think we need to think about more than just how this is affecting your title.
Yeah, perhaps it's time I left the Velkyn Weave. Find some people I can work with elsewhere. I think it might be time.
We're not going to. We are going to say that we enjoy having you around. At least I've enjoyed having you around. You've been quite astute, and you're quite what's the word? Resourceful.
We all have different approaches. As I said, we're arriving at the same location, at the same conclusion. We will all get there different ways, and that's what makes us different and unique. We do not need to all agree on this.
I think Bope has the right of it.
I can't disagree.
Your path is yours to travel, be it with or without us. We would love to have you with us, but
I do agree with Bope on this. You are quite resourceful. And you're good in a pinch. I don't want you to walk away just because of a quibble. But if you think that your path really lies better elsewhere, I won't.
Well, let's see what the gnomes have to say when we deliver their great heroes' daggers back to them.
Well, I would have been eaten by Tiamat if it weren't for you, so I want you to stay around, okay?
Let's not talk about the war anymore. Okay.
All right.
It's behind us.
You hear a grinding sound as the rock rolls back, and there's two gnomes out front. One of them being Carmenera, the cleric, and also Schnella, who does that as you comes walking in. All rested, are we?
I guess I should put my boots on.
yeah, rested. That's what we'll call this.
I am sorry. The hidey hole has the most limited creature comforts.
It wasn't anything about your comforts. They were fine.
Your hospitality does not seem to have been lacking.
Hey, we brought fermented fungal smoothie.
Ooh.
I've had worse.
Who would like some? It's green and it's got kale. Weirdly enough, kale does grow down here.
You know, I was not hungry this morning.
I was like, how does kale grow down?
Kale grows anywhere, man. I don't
I'll
know.
partake. I'll take a little.
Can I have a little
Kale.
saucer for Mr. Peppers?
Hey, what? Yeah, maybe. Oh, hey, I do have one. Here we go.
Kale's a vegetable.
Mm-hmm. It goes well with all the vinegar. You get vinegar real easy down here. So, we have been considering your plight, and we bring you the information that you have requested. Schnella, present to them your map. And Schnella rolls out a map for you, probably on the floor of the cavern. It's a nice big one, about yay big, written on parchment, probably rawhide, and it is Scene Setter 4. And you can see what the map looks like. Right, we're here at Gnome Home. I just like saying that.
Go, cartographer skills.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
As you can see, so the tunnel to the top left is the one that leads up to the outposts where you came from, the dwarven one. Then you see the passageway that goes down to the trolls. You've already been on that one. The captives are being taken by the Lithids to the city of the Glass Pool. Beyond that, we have no knowledge of where they are going. I am hoping that the answer awaits for you at the Kaltoan city in the southeast of Hiss.
Do you know why the city is called such? City of the Glass Mirror? Pool. City of Glass Pool.
Pools, yes. Because the Kaltoans are amphibious creatures and must spawn. Their young are born in tadpole stages and are raised in the glass pools.
What did you call them?
Kaltoan?
Is that the name we know them by?
Like
The things that I saw marching into the water?
Croatoans.
That's what
Yeah.
I call them.
I
Okay.
called them.
KUO-TOA. Kaltoa is how I always thought it were pronounced.
Huh.
Kuatawa?
Koatoa is what we used to call them, but I could be saying it wrong.
I do not believe there is a wrong way to say it. It's mostly gargled.
You kind of swallow half the word in your throat.
Does the is the tunnel that leads to the city of the glass pool, is it underwater or is it above water?
It is above water. Beyond that, it might be underwater. I do not know. This map was made by basing it on a party of adventurers we shadowed. They never returned. So we do not know. We didn't interact with them.
So some of these dead ends may actually continue. That's just as far as they got.
Yes, very much so. Very astute. So we have, as you can see, we got several dead ends that you possibly could use. Up here, Schnella has marked the extremely dangerous route to the southwest, to the great reptiles. I advise against fighting them, but they have powerful magic and a great treasure like most dragons. But it's what's beyond them that's really worthwhile.
What is behind them?
Kamenaren then looks over and glares like thunder at Schnella.
Oh,
Anyway,
the gnome's out of the bag now. Might as well.
Yeah, do tell.
we do not know what is beyond the dragons.
No, but you
But-
suspect.
There is something extremely magical, very powerful magic, and very secure borders that have thwarted our attempts to learn more.
Interesting. Dwarrow, maybe?
Possibly vacationing Dow from the Great Dismal Delve.
And
Could
what
be many
else?
things.
What do you think, Stagander? What is bringing great magic to the Underdark?
Me a number of things. If I've learned anything in any of my travels, it's that each plane has its own quirks. I couldn't begin to speculate on what it could be.
In the middle passage, this we do know, there are two passageways. One leads through a grell nest. Very dangerous creatures, these. You can also take the passage around it and circumvent them, but the passage is very difficult and is full of hazards. You will need all of your spelunking skills to walk that path. But the choice can be yours. There's other caverns here, beyond the grell. We know there are ropers, quaggoths, and even the hook horrors. They might be in that area as well. And before you reach the Kaltoan city, you will meet the Dergund. And when she says the word, all Stella kind of snarls, and even Carmeneren has like a look of disgust on her face.
What are they going?
If you run into them, kill them. They are despicable creatures.
What do they look like?
They are about this tall, about the same, like a emaciated dwarf with milky white eyes and crazy hair, and they gibber as much as talk.
Duragar?
No, Duragar are just dwarves.
Oh.
What do they
Mean
do?
dwarves.
What do they do that is so terrible?
I think you know my different name, Darrow.
Michelle doesn't know what Darrow
Yeah,
are.
I don't know what Darrow are. Does Bo?
Ooh.
I
Well,
know what
they're
Darrow are.
bad news. What didn't they do? They are constantly trying to. They are sworn enemies of Caladoran Smooth Hands, and they've just tried to destroy him and his realm repeatedly through the ages. This is true. All gnomes have many stories about how he has done these Baragon trying to kill us and kill our god who tries to keep us. Like this one time, they ate all the quicksilver so all the rest of the world wouldn't have it, and it drove them insane.
That explains why it's been so difficult to get Quicksilver these days.
I've heard they are creations of the delve, the great dismal delve. Yeah, they used the body of dead gnomes and filled them with evil elemental spirits, and that's why the Darrow are like that.
Oh,
That
And
sounds
send them
terrible.
after Caladuran to keep all the treasures of the earth to themselves. And that is another story. Oh, I'll go another one. They create a type of powder that explodes when exposed to flame and tried to blow Caladuran up. Snuck it into his coal.
They seem rather resourceful.
Oh, they're tricksy. Don't trust them. That's why desperation is the mother of invention. Well, they're always desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's another story about this one time that a dwarf and an elf got really drunk together. No. Carmenere looks over and says, that is a falsehood.
sounds like a good joke though, which don't have to be true.
Oh, all right. If you consider it a joke, yes. Just remember that is most likely not the source, the legacy of the Daragund. Yeah, you put them in a sack together with a bunch of booze. You got Daragund.
Say I'm not seeing it on the map here, but where would the best place on this map to find geodes be? Large geodes.
We know that down the paths where the Quaggoths are, there are many seams of gems down there that we have been unable to extract because of many dangers.
Are Quaggoths again?
Do you want to make me a nature check over there, Gloomstalker?
I absolutely want to do that.
Better her than me.
Nature, that is a 22.
They are sometimes called the Bears of the Underdark. They're like bear people that live in the caverns of the Upper Dark. They are very fierce, very ferocious, but often and territorial, but not necessarily evil.
So some diplomacy may not go amiss with them.
Underdark bear.
Underdark bears. bear people, bear
Better
folk.
people.
So yeah, imagine they're definitely bipedal, and
Shaggy, lots of fur.
But they're not nearly as savage as the hook horrors. Hook horrors are these weird insect birds that get through the Underdark with their giant hooks that like they just into the side of the cave and getting around like that. And you can hear them coming through the darkness when you hear clack, 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 steadily getting closer. Oh, and don't forget cave fishes. They're like scorpion, or it's like a type of spider that like have like this long snout that spits a gooey strand at you, slaps onto you, and then just reels you back in.
Does everything down here try to kill you?
Yes.
No, not us. In the pack.
Most.
Oh, and there's the moths. The cave moths. They don't try to kill you.
Okay, well that's nice. Have the gnomes tried to have dealings with the Quaggoths before?
Yeah, we don't get along that well.
Have you ever you've never been like at war with each other though, right?
No, they don't come after you, which is why we leave them the hell alone.
All right.
If you stay out of their territory, they stay out of yours, and that's the way they like it. Coming to talk to them is kind of hard though. They were like, go away. And we're like, hey, we like to talk. And they're like, go away. And then they punch you.
Right, so we send random first.
Yes. I mean, maybe.
Have
Then again, we're not all that tough, and we're not really going to risk it. If they're not bothering us, why bother them?
I mean, Quentin's a pretty good negotiator. Perhaps he could find a common ground.
Maybe. Oh, if you can run into them, the glow means.
The glow means?
Mm-hmm. They're like Underdark fairies. You can hear them.
It's a smorgasbord of names.
Yes. Say,
Great
are there?
tier.
Would you like me to write you a list?
Sure.
I'll write you a list of known monsters of the Underdark by your good friend Schneller.
Surprised you haven't already made a guide about it.
Ooh.
You should write a book.
Team Finder's Findings.
Ella's
Quentin
Guide to
Press.
the Underdark.
What were you saying, Quentin?
I was asking if there was any trained riding lizards or striders or the like down here.
Well, the shrine is used by the Diaga. And the giant lizards are kind of a drow thing.
Okay.
Both exist if you run into them. Oh, those are two other things that don't try to eat you, Delirious. But the problem is the giant striders usually have a drow on top of them, and well, then you're at the mercy of what branch of drow you got. If you got a Lolthite, God help you. If you got one of the other branches, like there's the dances, the Illustralians, but they don't tend to last very long. Do-gooders don't last long down here.
You don't say.
There's also the Verunians. They're around somewhere. The Veronians. They worship the god of sneaky snakes among the thieves, among the drow. He's like the dude bro of the drow, and it's like trying to overthrow the matriarchal government of the Lolthites. And the Lolthites are stomping their heeled boots onto him.
Wow. That is a lot of political shenanigans going on with the drow.
Even remember, that's his son. She's his son. Wait, hold on, did I get the pronouns right? Let's see. He is her son. Yes, there we go. And Illustrae is Lolth's daughter. And you think that means Faerun and Illustrae would get along, but not really.
so much.
Yes.
And then we have the Jaeger, who are further south, but occasionally they pop up this far.
Of course, they send parties, I'm sure.
Which one?
They send parties, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. They're usually scouting, looking for new loads of ore.
Of course.
Always looking for iron.
Not to derail this conversation of how many things will want to kill us while we're down here. You said that you and yours might have some information on another gnome.
Yeah.
Leans forward.
The one that was with the illithid.
We noticed one of the caravans that the Lithids have. They come with Kaltoa guards. They're not using these paths. Well, not for long anyway. And with them one time came a gnome that looked a lot like Bope, which made us curious whenever Bope showed up here, but was definitely not with the Illithids and the Kaltoans. And we assumed he was here as part of a rescue party.
And did he seem, forgive me if I asked this before, did he seem to be a prisoner or subservient in any way, or did he seem authoritative in his position with them?
I would have to say authoritative. He was not in chains. He was not being ordered around. Now, this is curious to us because Lithids like to eat, but we have noticed that certain of the captives are used as food, and others are given priority to be taken below. And it seems to be those who are capable of magic or can access the divine are the ones taken below. While the rest are given to the Grimlocks or given to the Lithids. I do not know what relationship the Kaltoa have in this. Although the Kaltoa are a fading empire. They once were much bigger, but they now are a dying race. Every year they get a little bit fewer. Their domains shrink. They can't keep up with the other dangers of the Underdark.
I feel like this eludes us. What is going on here? We have Rangrim's dream, the Aboleth. They clearly have some diabolical machinations, but
It said something about stopping miracles.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that Rangrim didn't hear that. When we were we met at Aboleth, the what did it call itself? The Ambassador of Friendship. It said that it was trying to create a shield to keep the gods from meddling in affairs of people.
Seemed legit. Called them usurpers or something. Called them outsiders and usurpers, but could have sworn some of the gods actually came from this plane, so I'm not really sure how they're outsiders, but
Well, I'm sure there is a certain percentage that might think that gods are meddlers.
sure.
Especially with Toril, or your gods are much more present in your people's lives. Whereas if you go to like Eberron or some of the other planes, the gods are more idyllic. I think that's the word in common.
yes, very good.
Not necessarily. There are more ideas, and they're not like you couldn't see that in the flesh.
Right.
whereas it seems that gods have touched the world in this plane.
I cannot imagine it happening any other way.
Well, in on Corver, where I stayed for a time, the gods, it was more about the power of belief instead of the power of the tangible.
Interesting.
It was quite. I liked studying the small amount of religion that I got to experience there. There, people are quite. Conversation for another time. I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
It's okay.
It seems relevant. I still don't see how my brother would fit into this. He didn't seem to have anything to do with aboleths or underwater creatures.
Remind me, if you would, Bob, when you hired me, you said that your brother was in cohorts with a pit fiend, if I remember that correctly.
Only just found that out days before I met you. I've been searching for him for some time, and the threads led to a pit fiend named Palestrin, and he seems to be under the sway of or working for him, but how that links in with this ambassador, I do not know. My brother's also a strong magic user like myself. He actually gave me my first spell book, but he got his magic prowess a little quicker than I did, and it always seemed to be things came to him very easily, whereas I had to study for days and hours and months. But his magic seemed to be coming from somewhere else, and now I know it came from this dark patron. There's always a cost for things like that.
I think that maybe this pit fiend is coiled up in this predicament. It sounds like we're missing still a couple of threads.
It does.
Is I forgot the lead deep gnome's name.
Carbonara.
Carmeneren. Is there anything that mannerisms? It's so important for us in order to track his brother. Is there anything you can tell us? Mannerisms, posture, demeanor. Any of these things could be key to tracking him.
He was dressed very well. He did not appear to be beaten. He was not dressed as a captive.
He looked well taken care of, I assume.
Yes.
Stick Andrew's gonna squeeze Boat's shoulder.
Although I have noticed that you have a little rabbit.
I do. Yes.
He had one as well, but it was not a rabbit. It was a cat. A hairless cat.
Was it on his shoulders or?
Yes.
And
we thought it was his familiar. But he was extremely intelligent. But most familiars are they not?
I wouldn't know. Mine is not a familiar. It is.
Oh, my mistake.
It is the last vestige from my late wife. She always kept a bunny. Gnomes live longer than bunnies, as you know.
Most people do.
But this was Mr. Pepper's was Penelope's last pet before she passed.
I believe this would be, yes. To us, it reminded us of a familiar. I believe they're sometimes called hell cats.
I do not recall him having a cat before. This must be part of his pact.
But we did not unfortunately get much closer than this. We needed to keep our distance.
Well, to do
because the Illithids they hear your brains thinking if you get too close.
Of course.
Nope is a dangerous gnome. He leaves a path of destruction and death everywhere he goes. So I would recommend you to not approach, as you have.
And that is why we are sending you. And going
Yes.
to give you what aid and succor we can.
I appreciate it. You've gone above and beyond. And
Well, take care of these diagon for us. And we can help you further.
I look to Doliris and Stagander and Quentin, and I just take out the daggers. What do these mean to you and your people?
She inhales deeply. Those are the daggers of my... Oh dear. I thought he was gone. Now I know. She has to recompose herself. Those were used by my husband, Fulvar. May I?
I put them in her hands.
You returned them to us. Yes?
We do.
Thank you. And if you go back to our little reputation chart, you feel you're being nudged up to friendly at this point. And she holds them to her chest.
May those give you solace in times of dark despair, as Mr. Peppers does for me.
Come with me, if you will. There is something I must show you. Just you, Fred. And she points to you, Bo.
I nod and I follow.
She turns around and starts heading back out the door, and Schnella kicks the bit and rolls to the side. And she walks off into the maze. Do you follow after, Bo?
I do, closely.
Okay. Schnella turns around and winks the rest of you. We'll be right back. Don't worry. Gnome things. Super secret. Top nose
Gnome
only.
things. Okay.
And she kicks through. Comes back. She leads you through the city maze. She shifts back and forth between the secret doors that roll forward, then roll back into place. And then she goes through another one and another one. And this place is designed to get you lost by gnomes trying to get you lost. If you want to try to remember the way, I will need an intelligence check.
Sure.
And roll high.
Oh, that is a natural 19. I'm pretty sure I'm a +5. Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
24.
Okay, my DC was 20. So you're pretty sure you've memorized it. And she definitely looped you back on yourself a couple times. Just, yeah, or these caves are very much alike as you go through. At long last, though, she opens up one door and you don't see the city maze on the other side. Instead, you see the great cavern of Crystal Sol. It's a dome, which is a long shaft that goes upwards, and it's covered in crystalline growths that are on the sides of it that are all glowing in pastel colors. The gnomes have built their houses into the sides of this dome with their cave mouths opening onto it, the soaring space like porches. Winding paths circle around the walls of the dome and between the growing crystal growths. At the base of the cavern is a deep pool that is fed by a spring that bubbles out of the wall. And there's large fungal gardens cover the walls down there.
This is beautiful.
This is our home.
This is a sanctuary in the darkness.
Yes. We must keep it quiet. We must keep it secret. Keep it safe. None must know of this. We show you this, for you are of us.
I understand.
And she pulls out an iron bottle, which you would recognize as Grigandi, the miracle wine of the deep gnomes. Drink with me, would you, Bo?
I would be honored.
She hands you the bottle, and rumors of with Grigandi that is so potent that if a human drank it, they'd go blind immediately or go into a slumber and wake up in 20 years.
Bope doesn't have that long, so let's hope not.
And he's not a human.
And you're not a human. She will drink it with you. She takes a long swig and then offers it to you.
I take a measured swig, try to mirror what she did.
It is potent stuff. It burns as it goes down and leaves a aftertaste that's kind of like pop rocks on your tongue. Where you're going, which is a weird effect when combined with alcohol. And immediately and he watches the colors rising from the shadows kind of blur ever so slightly. And everything, like sometimes as you move, there's like a little bit of blurring as everybody moves. And she says, "Come with me. There's something more you must see."
I wobblily follow.
She leads you down the path and through the glowing crystals, and you come to a wide side cavern on the side of the dome that appears to be what you can only guess is a rock garden, where they have numerous geodes about that big nestled in the stone. And there's a gardener there with a hoe that is like making little circles, like all sorts of concentric designs inside of the rock garden. This is Shekbek, a gardener. He looks up at you and he's paying attention to one geode because it's almost time. Can you hear it? Come listen. Come listen.
I kneel down, which is not that far.
No, okay. You hear a tacking sound from the inside of the geode, like tack, 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 tack.
Like gonna hatch?
Tack, 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 tack. And you watch as the geode cracks and then falls away. And inside of it is a tiny little surf nibbling baby that immediately looks up at you and starts.
I just stare at it wide-eyed in wonder. It's been so long since I've seen a baby gnome, and tears come to my eyes.
Shekvek leans down and puts his finger in its mouth and casts a cantrip. And the baby immediately goes and starts suckling on his finger.
The lactomancy cantrip?
As you see little sparkles spread over its skin.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
And the weird thing is it has a shock of pink hair, even though it has the grayish skin of the surf niblin.
What will its name be?
Would you like to name it or name her?
chrysanthemum after my daughter.
Never let her be chrysanthemum. Oh, yes, says the gardener. That is a good name. Well chosen, he says.
And Bope's eyes are just full of tears unshed.
And now, do you want to know the real reason why we hate the Daragond? They take our geodes and they grind them for magic powder and inhale them to give them magic.
That is terrible.
That is why we don't tell people how our children are born. To keep them safe.
Forgive my ignorance. Are just the geodes grown here progenitors of Snifniblin children? Or other geodes found in the wild, do those have potential?
Those have potential. This is a kindergarten. Thanks, Laris. Yes. So this is where they are much more likely to grow here, wherever the magic coalesces. So we are creatures of magic.
You are.
Yes.
Well.
And where the magic crystallizes, there we will be formed. The gardener's telling you all this, by the way. He's really into this. Shekthek, I believe his name is.
Yes.
Have to go look.
Shekthek. Or Chekvek.
But you can find others in the wild if you look carefully in places of great magic. You can feel it. Not Faerzress, though. That seems to interfere with the quickening.
What should I do with geodes that I come across in the wild? You know, people buy and trade and sell them, I believe. I've been told, but I wouldn't. That should not be done if it is your children.
Well, they are raised in not magical places. They will be mundane.
Okay.
So look for places of wild magic. That should do it. Or places that are, the gestures all the crystals, powerful with gnome magic.
So if I were to, say, detect magic around a geode, that would tell me whether it's safe to use it for trade, for instance.
Yes.
Okay. That is good to know. I'm very grateful.
I have one last request of you here while you are under the visions of Gandhi. And she pulls out a shard of crystal that is shaped like a dagger. And she says, this is the shard of crystal Sal given to our champion. I would like you to accept a geese, Bope. A geese that you will attack the Dargun wherever possible and never offer them succor or alliance. Strike them back. And in return, you may carry our spell shard.
Is this Shekvek still, or is this back?
No, this is Carmenaren.
Carmenaren.
Oh yes, I need to go back to her voice. There she is. It is the cell shard of Crystal Sol.
I will do this to protect your children in a way that I could not protect mine.
So you will accept my spell? Blessing. I'm gonna go look up his name again.
Smooth hand.
Caldurian Smooth Hands. Calderon Smooth Hands. You accept my blessing? All right. She casts the spell Geese on you. Do you fail to save?
I do.
Okay. You will do all your power to wreak holy hell onto the Darrow when you run into them. This is not a charge blindly into murdering every Darrow in sight, but you will do your best to really stick it to them. In return, you will get the spell shard. This shard will act as a wand of the War Mage +3 if you use it while you are casting spells.
Does that raise the DCs of your spells?
And
I don't
there's
know.
attack roll.
Does it? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my god.
This is everything I wanted. Bope bows deeply.
Sorry. No, it just raises the bonus to spell attack roll determined by the wand's rarity, which is +3. In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
Okay.
It's a +3 weapon for making attacks with spells.
I do a lot of chromatic acorns.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Very good.
You'll have to turn the wand into like a little sling, just fling the acorn.
There you go. I bow deeply.
We can work out exactly how you want to have appears, but it's a shard of crystal.
This is,
and you're going to have to wield it like the Gelflings from the Dark Crystal. Kill Skeksis with it.
I'll put it to good use.
Mm-hmm.
This is magnificent, and I am honored to be bestowed upon this great treasure. My thanks to you.
You are now part of our clan. If you would have us, we will have you.
The glistening eyes come back. And just say,
You may call yourself of Crystal Saul, if you wish. And this can be your home. And she points around to the magnificent cavern and all of its glowing crystals and all the little gnome homes facing out onto it with their little porches and little pathways that wander up and down.
I look around and take it in, and the light, streaming from the drink, just the effects melds with my memory of the light, streaming through the woods of my old home, and I just nod and take it in. Just beyond words.
Come, the rest of your friends must be worried. We should return to them.
We should have.
Speaking of friends, anyone you do anything while they're gone?
Did our peanut gallery, whose name I do not remember and will not remember, did she leave or is she still here?
She left.
Oh, okay.
Would you like her to stay? She can stay if you want.
Well, I wanted to learn about their god, Mr. Smooth Fingers, Smooth Hands, whatever.
Smooth Fingers.
Mr. Smooth Fingers. Yeah, Calderon.
He's a smooth criminal.
Mm-hmm. He is.
Yeah, and that can happen like off screen, but Doliers just wants to learn about a god she's never heard of. That's interesting to her.
Oh, he is part of the also known as the Deep Brother. He is part of the Gnome pantheon. And his symbol is the gold signet ring with the 6-pointed star. And he is patron of miners and gem cutters. And he has taught the gnomes, the Sirf Niblin, how to enchant gems and crystals in a variety of ways to make life possible in the very, very hostile Underdark. And it was one of the reasons why they're always looking for gems. Because they use them in so many different ways. It's not just like, I want to stick a gem onto something. It's they can set fire to them, and that's how they burn for like a 10-day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they cook their food. They also
Because they don't have
use
wood, do they?
no wood. They also can use powder their dust and use that as fertilizer to help their fungi grow more. They also use it to ferment their wine. The most potent of which Bope is currently under the influence of.
Tripping balls.
It gives him visions. So who knows if that gnome was actually born that way, or if he just imagined he saw it.
Stigander would like to speak to Quentin real quick. If he's amenable to that.
Yeah, Quentin's just sitting down, checking his gear, tying down the straps.
Stigander will sit next to Quentin. I would like to apologize to you for letting my mouth run. I can be quite passionate, and I don't have a lot of experience with dealing with other people, unfortunately. So boundaries are hard. And knowing when not to push somebody's buttons is something I'm learning towards. And I didn't mean to make you upset if I did so.
Yeah, apology accepted. Look, I'm not uncaring. If I was, I would have sold off the castle to a bunch of loggers who would have stripped mined the countryside. You know, instead I gave it to the Star Song elves who didn't have a home. But there's a time and a place, and you know, I don't name drop my title all the time, liege. Look, it was earned, and I kept it, and there's responsibility that goes with it. And it's not just me and the family. But literally, man, they love gold more than I do, and you know, they're trying to suck dry every bit of it from anything. If they knew it was down here, I'm sure they'd be trying to tax this stuff out of existence. So, you know, every gold coin I see, it's already been spent. So, thank you, anyways. Thank you for the.
I
speaking to
would
me.
also like to just point out some wisdom that Shandakul passed down onto me, that our path is in front of us. What has happened in the past, that's gone. You can't take the arrow back after it's already been loosed. And our path, sometimes it's thinner than a bowstring. So tread well, friend.
I'm a big fan of analogies, and that's a good one. But I don't think it's always applicable to what's out there. You got to keep an eye on what's behind you, particularly if you got somebody chasing you, because you stop or stumble in the wrong place, and they're going to be on you. But you know, every now and then you gather some friends, some allies around you, and you know, you're stronger for it, and you can take a moment to breathe. And that's what I've been doing this last year or two.
As a person who spent most of their life moving, it is nice to sit down every once in a while.
Indeed. Well,
Thank
I
you.
hope. Oh, sorry. I hope Hope is doing well. You know, not being murdered, maybe getting married, maybe someone else.
I think he'll be all right. He's a pretty stout gnome. He fell out of an airship. How bad could it be?
That was before he gave up his amulet. So
I was pushed.
Nope, I saw it all. You fell.
Stigander still believes that you were gusted off the side of a ship. Well, thank you for listening to me, Quentin, and again, with my heartfelt apologies, I didn't mean to. My passions ran away with me, and
I mean, we have a long road ahead of us. We've all seen the map. Dangers to the left, dangers to the right, and somewhere down below are friends, maybe alive, maybe dead, but we're going to find him. Bring him home.
All right. It's a deal. And she'll like hold out
Shake.
her hand for a shake.
Yeah.
There's a grinding of stone as the passageway opens up again, and Carmenera and Boat walk in. And as they do so,
Real quick.
yeah,
Sorry.
No
Before
worries.
they return, I'm assuming it's been like an hour. Can I?
oh yeah,
So Rangrim, of course, dying right now. I don't know how many have done, done their 24 hours, but he's gonna try to sleep or at least get some rest, at least as much as he can.
he can take a short rest, but until he sleeps the full 8 hours, he can't get the benefit of a long rest.
Yep, that's fine.
Well, as the rock rolls back, I need Delaris to make me a will save as Carmenera and Boat walk in. So make me a wisdom save, please, Delaris.
24.
Oh, D&D Beyond.
That's with the wrong cleric.
All right. You feel a wave of energy flowing over you. And you know how you constantly have that feeling of connection to Tymora as one of her high luck bringers.
Yeah.
This wave seems to be like taking a giant knife and cutting that off. And with a 24, you realize that what's the highest level spell you can cast?
6. Yes.
Okay. Suddenly, Tymora doesn't feel as close anymore. And you realize that the 6 is the highest level spell that any cleric of Tymora, or any cleric at all, because you're watching this Camarnera just like staggering back with the feel of this. Of 7th, 8th, and 9th level spells, clerical spells, can't be cast.
You felt it too?
She gasped. What was that?
Something's wrong. I can't access her I can't access Tymora's power that I could before.
What
Is it
could
the same
do
for
this?
you?
What could do this? No, yes.
I think it's our
It's-
squid face friends.
She's like further away. Ah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to support Carbonera as I'm next to her.
You
And
called
then
her
you feel like-
Carbonera.
I'm sorry, it's done.
It is
done.
done. I don't
All
even
right, it's
remember
done.
her actual name.
Carmenera. What was it,
Carmenera.
Carmenera?
Carbonera.
Carboneran. I
Okay.
can do it.
And
I'm
then
sorry.
this wall, psychic wall, kind of flickers for a bit, and then you feel like kind of go out, just vanish away, kind of like a power coming back on after a brownout, where the power flickers off, and then everything comes back up, and you have access to your spells again, if you can cast 7th and higher level spells. What was that?
I look to Stagander. The shield?
I don't know. I didn't feel anything.
The shield you were talking about before. What they're trying to accomplish.
Is that what it felt like?
Barrier.
earlier?
Yes. Yeah, like a shield, says Carbonera.
Something to block out the outsiders. I mean, I kind of think that's what they said.
But the thing is like, so I can cast spells and Bob can cast spells, but we didn't feel what Doliaris and Kamenerin.
Maybe they're only able to cut off from with clerics of those gods. They can only cut off those gods.
So think of it maybe as like a stream, for instance. If you put a large stone in a portion of the stream, it's going to be felt by the whole stream. So like, I think it might be clerical.
Well, that is a question we will have to ponder all week.
No.
Because now is the time, as we're going to have to wrap it up because the mists await us. So, Josh,
That's right. Don't leave yet, because the Mists is next. Right now, the Mist Walkers plunge into the fetid depths of a living, breathing domain of dread. Entering the festering wound of an ancient titan, they seek answers, riches, and a way out of this realm of insignificance. And on Mondays, join our friends over at Dirty Deeds at 7 p.m. Eastern as explore the world of Eberron. The Fallen Star Company has managed to remove the anti-magic devices scattered around New Sire, and now face off against the Cult of Mordain to put an end to the bloodshed.
Both of those sound insane.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds so much fun. I can't wait.
And also don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube. It is one of the places where you can find both us. You got Dirty Deeds. You've got the Myths that you can catch all the shows after they aired. I think they go up like a week later. You can subscribe for free. Don't forget to ring that bell to get your notifications when those updates happen. Don't miss any of the action. Access all of these shows and the contents. Your likes and positive comments. Also, please let us know. Give us feedback. Anything that you can tell us helps us develop a better product, a better show for you to give you more entertainment. Thanks.
And of course, go visit dndbeyond.com and check out their D&D support tools and capabilities for making your home games the best they can be with online and mobile support.
And the Games Tavern will be participating in a day off of streaming by encouraging staff, cast, and viewers to join in Going Dark tomorrow on September 1st. We will be standing with the QTBI POC community against hate raids, and will spend the day listening to our community and uplifting other QTBI POC voices. We hope you will be doing the same.
Thank you, Leia, for that. And thank you all for joining us as we delve down into the darkness. And there are some lights down here after all. So take care and have fun with the amazing team bringing you the Myths. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Right?
Bye.